carrying on with our concept of regional interdependence, the concepts of kinematic chains and how things are interrelated, one of the things we're going to talk about today is what I call kind of the cylinder of power. Now, a lot of people call this core stability or the importance of maintaining your core. We're going to look at it a little bit differently and start thinking about our trunk as a cylinder and how that cylinder is going to be very dynamic and very fluid, kind of like the shape of water. So one of the things that we talk about is we have our pelvis, which is like a bucket. And in that bucket sits our hat. Now our hat is made up of our head, our arms, and our trunk. That hat is formed around this cylinder, which is called our spine. Now our spine is not straight, and it shouldn't be considered to be straight. Our spine has, in our lumbar spine, a curve that goes this way, our thoracic spine curves that way, and our neck curves that way. So we get this S-shaped spine so that when gravity goes through it, it's got equal space on both sides. We want our spine in this cylinder to be as narrow as possible and as long and as tall. So cues from a training perspective would be as you want to be tall, you want to keep within your cylinder, and you want to keep your spine in this neutral position of lumbar lordosis or extended curve, a thoracic kyphosis, which is a flex curve, and your neck is going to be kyphotic as well so that you can look straight ahead. It all sits in our pelvis, which needs to be neutral so that when I am holding on, imagine my hands are my two legs on my pelvis, that I've got to balance this cylinder in my pelvis. If I let my pelvis dump, then everything's going to want to fall out. We live in gravity, and we're constantly fighting not falling against gravity. So we got to keep our cylinder of power in our pelvis all the time. Now, this relationship is going to be the same as if I'm leaning forward. So if I'm leaning forward like this, I'm going to want to keep that cylinder of power as long as possible, keep my spine in the right curvature in that cylinder, and you can see that I'm moving at my hips. We'll talk more about that next time.